Okay, so just a quick one. How do we append the text from one file onto another file? Also, thanks to a comment on a different video I got, I will actually remember and increase the size of the text in the terminal for these shorter videos. So, first of all, we need our two files. We can use echo to pass some text into files. So some text for file 1, and then we can create a file 1 with that, and then we can just go echo, and then we do asdif, and then some random text, and then we'll pass that into file 2. So how do we, it mustn't actually like that. I must not have tried that before. If we do this, there we go, we now have file 2. I did not realize the command line does not like it when you add in those. There's a new thing we've learned today. So how do I take text from file 1 and then append it to file 2? Well, quite simply, we have the cat command. If we were to use cat command on just one of the files, all that does is it takes that text and passes the output into the console. What we can do is we can redirect the outputs of these commands with these little angle brackets here, these caret symbols. I forget the names. I think it is angle bracket. If we do 1, it should overwrite file 2, but if we do 2 like this, what this means is append onto the file. So we pass in file 2 like this, and then we cut out file 2, and we will see that we have the contents that was originally in file 2, but then we have the text from file 1 appended onto the bottom, and we can actually use the pipe command to start laying these commands together. So let's say I want a file 3. So let's have some file 3 be made for us, but then I want the text from file 2 to then be appended onto the bottom of file 3. So what I can do is I use the pipe command. I then use cat again. I do file 2 because I want to append the text from file 2. Angle brackets again, using 2, so it appends. If you just use 1, that means truncate and overwrite. So delete the file and write again. And then I do file 3, and then we have our file 3. If we cut out the contents of file 3, we will see that there is no file 3 because I forgot the space. Always making spelling mistakes, but I want a file 3 right there. Then we have the text that was contained inside of file 2. Now, just to prove what I was saying earlier on, because I've not actually tried this before, let's say I have this and I pass this into a file 4 and I cut out the context of file 4. We will see that we have that text. But what happens if I do the cat command and only pass in one of the angle brackets? So let's say that I have file 2 again, and I want to append, but I accidentally do this, and then I do this into file 4, and then I cut out file 4. You will see that the text from file 4 has been deleted, and it has been completely overwritten with the text from file 2. So when you're doing this, you want to be careful, or you can accidentally overwrite the files, and that is not what we want. We want it to append. So that's something to bear in note. Make sure you're passing in the 2 caret symbols. 2 caret means append, 1 caret symbol means to truncate and start writing again. So delete the file and write again. We can see I've just done that to file 2 right now, and the text is what is inside of file 1. Interesting enough, if you watch this form, this also works for the echo command. So I want more text. I made a spelling mistake like always. If I do this, this will not overwrite file 1. What this will do, this will actually add more text on the end of file 1. So if I cut out file 1 again, you can see there, I want more text, some text of file 1, then spelling mistake, more text. That was just a quick video. Like I said in the last one, I've been learning a bit more about the Linux operating system because this is the platform I tend to develop on in the future. And yeah, hopefully you learned something in this video, and I'll see you in the next one.